Here, it was the capital of the first socialist country. Now the number of rich people has long been at the top of the wealth list. This place has been around since the time of Xiaomuzhuang 900 years ago, has always played an important role. It is now the epicenter of the world's storms. There are more men and more women here. Open marriage attitude. And there is an 80% divorce rate. Here are many buildings that attract the attention of the world. The ancient city square. The largest medieval building complex. The most luxurious subway system. Buildings from all periods coexist here. Let's find out together. This megalopolis. Moscow is Russia. Its wetlands. The Moscow River meanders through the city. The city is also named after this river. The administrative area of Moscow is 2,560 square kilometers. The urban area is about 1,000 square kilometers. The largest city in Europe. About 13 million people live here. The residents are mostly Slavic. Blonde. Russian is the official language. But English is gaining popularity among young people. Although there are many handsome men and beautiful women here, and young people here are more likely to attempt to live together before marriage. But divorce rates are still on the rise. Financial difficulties and alcoholism. The main reason for divorce. And the fertility rate here has been declining. The government even advocates for working. Increase intimacy time. To increase the birth rate. Moscow is located at 55 degrees north latitude. It has a typical temperate continental climate. Characteristics of both cold and temperate zones. Winter is cold and long. The summers are warm and short. Due to its proximity to the Arctic Circle, summer sunshine hours in Moscow, up to 17 hours or more, but it doesn't feel very hot. Usually the maximum temperature is 25 degrees Celsius, and in winter, the long night lasts 17 hours. And the temperature can drop as low as -25 degrees Celsius. The average altitude of Moscow is 156 meters. The terrain is gentle. Becoming a large city for Moscow. It offers a natural advantage. Over 800 years ago, Moscow appears in the history books for the first time. It was still a wooden castle. And by the 13th century, Moscow is covered by Mongolia. Korean rule. 14th century, the Principality of Moscow expanded through war and diplomacy. Become one of the most powerful Rus principalities. Organize a coalition against the Mongolian army. Late 15th century. Ipfen III abolished the rule of the bombed South Korea and started calling himself the Lord of all Rus. Therefore, Moscow became the heart of the country, and the Tsarist era began in 1547. Although in 1712, Peter the Great moved the capital to St. Petersburg, Moscow's status has declined, but it remains a religious and economic center. Apparently the history of this city is not that simple. In 1812, Napoleon led the French army into Moscow. Mass evacuation of Moscow residents. The fire devastated the city. I still don't know who put it there. 1918, Lenin moved the capital from St. Petersburg to Moscow. Moscow has once again become the political center of the country. Soviet period. Moscow industrialized rapidly. Large-scale promotion of urban construction, such as the subway system and Stalin city buildings. During World War II, Nazi Germany attempts to attack Moscow. It happened again in Moscow. Cold War. Moscow became the heart of the Warsaw Pact countries. It has global reach. The Soviet Union collapsed in 1990. Moscow becomes the capital of the Russian Federation. The rise of capitalist economy. Rapid urban modernization. Moscow today, it has become a global financial and one of the high-tech industrial centers. Here is the Russian Silicon Valley. Smart transportation in cities through 5G. The popularity of autonomous driving and smart home systems. What's even more stunning is the urban greening of Moscow. 45% of Scotia is covered by forests. The average green space per capita is 3 times that of New York, known as the Forest City. In the city center, there are even avenues, a forest park that can make people lose their way. Arrangement in Moscow. Good environment as a capital. Its social welfare is also higher than that of other regions, although the tax is only 13%. But there is free health care for all. There are top hospitals. Thank you November University Hospital for its worldwide reputation. Just the queue time for free medical care. Sometimes up to a few weeks. If you want a better medical experience, need to go to a private hospital. Education in Moscow also requires advanced planning for competition. From kindergarten to university, there are free public schools. The high quality of key public schools. Moscow State University ranks among the top 100 in the world. The university was founded in 1755. It is the oldest and most prestigious university in Russia. The main building is a Stalin City building. Before 2020, it has always been the tallest university building in the world. He is also the tallest of the famous Seven Sisters. Seven Sisters of Moscow. It was Stalin's time. The construction of 7 neo-Gothic skyscrapers. It is characterized by grandeur and grandeur. What do you think of when you see these buildings? In fact, from the medieval Kremlin. The architecture here embodies power and majesty. The Kremlin's red walls are 2,235 meters long. Up to 19 meters. The equivalent of 38 football pitches. Inside are 3 500-year-old churches. The top dome is plated with real gold. Gold decoration. More is this 700-plus room. Presidential residence. Gold plating was widely used inside the palace. Engraving and gold leaf decoration. This picture, it was perfect for me to understand an idiom. Do you know which idiom it is? There is also the 81-meter hive in the Great Bell. The building has a clock weighing 202 tons. But it never rings. Also surprising is this Tsar's cannon. This is the largest bronze cannon in the world. Founded in 1586. Weighing 40 tons, the muzzle diameter is nearly 1 meter. But it's never been launched. Due to their main role is used to demonstrate strength. After all, the Kremlin. From history to the present day. Due to this importance, strongmen of all ages. We are most familiar with the owner of this tomb. Vladimir Lenin. He founded the Soviet Union in 1922, directly affected the entire world pattern. Therefore, after his death at the age of 53, the Soviet government in Red Square. The tomb of Lenin was built next to the Kremlin. However, Moscow is not a nostalgic country. Walking the CBD. Moscow City's 7 skyscrapers soar into the sky. The tallest building in Europe, the Federation Tower. From a height of 374 meters, the entire journey is overlooked. Floating observation deck at Charles Acquier Park. Frame the Kremlin with a glass curtain wall. A masterpiece of magical realism. There is also an underground art palace, known as the Moscow Metro. You can see the level of luxury through this title. Bronze statues and crystal chandeliers from the Stalin era to modern underground technology make commuting a visual feast. The Moscow Metro is also the busiest subway in the world. The average interval is only 90 seconds. The deepest station, Victory Park Station, down to 84 meters underground. That's 28 stories underground. It takes about a minute and a half just to use the elevator. It's like crossing the center of the earth. Muscovites are known as a fighting nation. So in winter it's minus 20 degrees Celsius. You can still see people jumping into ice holes to experience winter swimming. In summer, people gather in Gorky Park for a picnic. You can also take a sightseeing ferry on the Moscow River. Come to Sparrow Hill. From the best viewpoints, overlooking the magnificent scenery of Moscow. Not to be missed. It also has the largest European art museum and the most famous art gallery. After all, Here are some jaw-dropping paintings at amazing prices, and collections if you want to improve a more comprehensive experience of Russian history. Spend $80. Visit the National History Museum next to Red Square. That's right, in Moscow, you can spend 200 yuan. Visit the original works of the Pushkin Museum. You can browse some general merchandise. Experience the oldest history in Russia. The most luxurious shopping mall. 60,000 dome of glass. An engineering marvel of the 19th century. You can also get into a speakeasy, listen to a rebellious rock. Like all cities, traffic is a pain point for Moscow. The Japanese army was congested for more than 3 hours. So it has been running for more than 100 years. The trolley still works. Helps relieve traffic stress. The same environmental issues. The government is also making efforts to promote the use of electric vehicles. Plan. Achieve zero emissions in public transportation systems by 2030. But the smog caused by coal-fired heating in winter, it still exists. Moscow and governance also remain illusory. If you want to experience the fireworks of Moscow, don't miss the delicious food. Turandot restaurant on Rue Arbat. Restoring that serves dinner with gilded cutlery. Per capita consumption of thousands of yuan. After all, Arbat Street is known as the Old Front District of Moscow. Many writers, artists, and political and business elites live here. And the corner diner. Classic dishes like red vegetable soup, Russian dumplings, fish salad with a glass of chelbgas. Just not too cool. Dessert lovers must try honey cake. Layers of puff pastry interwoven with cream. Sweet but not greasy. You in front of the screen. Do you want to settle in this forest city? You can buy a house as long as you have been legally detained for 5 years. But be prepared for winter and high prices. After all, house prices have tripled in 10 years. Young people have to move to the suburbs. We also face cultural conflicts brought about by immigration, and the challenges posed by frequent extreme weather. If you like this video, please like and follow and forward. This is really important for us.